Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
What the fuck is with people wanting to see my asshole lately?
Really?
Yeah, not only you. I know that
Whoa, no, I don't want to see your asshole. You just were accusing me of hiding certain topics, so I just asked you to show me your asshole, and you didn't immediately show it to me. So what are you hiding?
I am hiding my asshole from you and multiple other people.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you do hide certain aspects of yourself.
I agree.
Because you know what? Maybe you only want one person to ever see your asshole.
It's true. No, I mean, listen, you're right. We both, there are things we do and don't say specifically that I keep to myself. And you know that there's stuff that I don't ever want to talk about on the podcast.
Sure.
Just like there's stuff you don't want to, and that's fine. But when I was talking about the thing, I meant it in a different way that I can't summarize. You ever just have a thought and you're like, damn, it can't come out. Like it's just in there.
That's literally every thought. I think my mental IQ is that of 180, but then it has to go through my body and it gets dumbed down to probably 80 or 90.
I had a thing to say to you, and it was more positive than negative, and then it came out, and it just felt negative because it seemed like I was being like, you should talk about this stuff that you don't want to talk about, but that's not what I meant. What I meant was I think people would like it if you were more... I don't know. If you just macify, like, is that the word I want?
I am genuinely. Look, you can. This is me. It's that's what we don't edit our podcast, so
no.
You get what you get. It's like
it's the strength, one of the strengths of the podcast, I think,
and its biggest weakness.
Dude, that's your strength. Should be your biggest weaknesses.
All right.
But. In any case, yeah, there's stuff. I don't know. I think you're authentic. I don't think you're not authentic.
I think I'm the most authentic person I know.
Whoa.
Because what's that theory where the only thing you can prove is your own consciousness and everything outside of it could be a lie that your brain is making for you?
What?
Have you never heard that? I think it's brain in a jar theory.
Brain in a jar theory? This is a Futurama-based philosophy?
No, it came before that, but
I don't know about this. So wait, the idea is that you are conscious of you, and so like in a dream, and everything else is like not real, and you're just thinking it all up, and you can't be sure that you're not making your own simulation. Is it simulation theory but yourself?
In philosophy, the brain in vat, I like the jar scenario.
Yeah.
Sounds more, is a scenario used in a variety of thought experiments intended to draw out certain features of human conceptions of knowledge, reality, truth, mind, consciousness, and meaning. It is an updated version of René Descartes' evil demon thought experiment originated by Gilbert Harman. Yeah, you know Descartes, right?
Yeah, sure. We all know Descartes out there.
What did he say? He's pretty famous.
Dude, I have fucking no idea. Brain in a jar theory. That's fucking too much.
It's an argument for philosophical skepticism and solipsism. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Since the brain in a vat gives and receives exactly the same impulses as it would in a skull, and since if your brain was in a jar hooked up to a computer, and the computer, it's simulation theory.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing you can absolutely know is that you are experiencing what you're experiencing right now. And even then, you don't know if you're really experiencing it.
Yeah, dude. It's all so much. Simulation theory, as soon as I heard it, someone was like, isn't that crazy? And I was like, I don't know. It just seems like it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
One way or the other. It's like, fuck it, dude.
It's either the world is simulated and you're living in it, or the world is not simulated and you're living in it.
Yeah, but either way.
You're still not going to go crazy. And, like, if the world is a simulation, then it doesn't matter. Then go rob a bank and go build a rocket and try and fly to the moon like that one crazy flat earther.
Oh, dude, he ruled so hard.
Live your life. If nothing matters.
Why do you think he didn't just go weather balloon? Why do you think he didn't just float? He could have been a hot air balloonist.
They don't go high enough.
But he didn't go. Did you ever see the rockets? He did not go that high.
The weather balloon doesn't go to the moon. Maybe he wanted to go to the moon, see what that's all about.
Maybe he wanted to go 200,000. He was way off. He didn't even make it to the upper atmosphere. He only got not high. Or
also, what if he didn't know how to make a balloon? He knew how to make rockets. Rockets are pretty easy to make once you learn how to make it.
Yep. Yeah.
A weather balloon, that you can't control. We all know that the Jews control the weather, so maybe if you took a weather balloon up, they would blow.
We would just be up there. What are you doing here?
They would change the weather and hurt him. I don't know, blow him to where he couldn't see.
With lightning him.
We
control the tornadoes.
Only he knows. He's dead now.
What was the tweet the other day? How do you get killed by a tornado? Just drive away.
Yeah, just drive.
It's I don't. Have you ever seen a tornado in real life?
No.
I've seen one.
I've seen the beginnings of one, but not a touchdown cool tornado.
I've seen a tornado.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Did you drive away?
Yeah.
Well,
we did. We were on the highway and we just saw it in the distance and we were just whoa.
Yeah, you're alive to tell the tale.
Yeah, well, it didn't go anywhere near us, but we saw it. It was fucking crazy.
I've seen dust devils and water spouts, but
oh yeah.
It's is there a distinction for a tornado? Does it have to kill a certain amount of people before it
That's what the categories mean.
Yeah, F3 is how many people it probably sucked up. At least 30.
Dude, yeah, those videos of those dudes who chase the tornadoes, and they're like, my only hobby is chasing tornadoes, and it's dude, imagine watching the movie Twister and being like, this is my life now.
What kind of autism do you think it is that makes you slap a bunch of steel to a car?
Stormtism. They just have... That's such a weird hobby. I think that, what do you think is cooler, hunting ghosts or tornadoes?
Oh, tornado hunters.
No way, because
no,
at least
what?
because ghost hunters are at least I don't know. It makes more sense. Tornado hunters are just what are they doing? What are they learning?
No, here's why. Ghost hunters are adjacent to pickup artists and magicians.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they are absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy.
They are in the creepy. Literally, all the kind of the creepy pickup, creepy to women, but also creepy.
No way.
What do you call, ectoplasm and what am I trying to say? What's the word for ghosts and everything in general?
What? Paranormal.
Paranormal creeps.
I love you got ectoplasm. You got cum on the brain.
Yeah. Whereas tornado hunters, they inhibit the kind of train and big machinery autism, the nature, where that's the pure, where they don't even know women exist. They have no pussy on their mind. They want to track down tornadoes. There could be a stunning bimbo, and she'd be like, hey, we're about to have sex, and then a tornado will touch down, and he's like, I gotta go. He does not care about the carnal pleasures of the world. He needs to tornado hunt. Whereas I feel most ghost hunters we've seen are they're trying to chase that. They're trying to get famous, make money, get all the ghost hoes. What are
you talking about?
What is there a name for
ghost hoes?
Is there a name for
paranormal pussies, dude?
Succubuses?
Yeah,
who are
all the girls who fuck the paranormal guys.
Yeah, horror whores.
Dude, he has all the EVPs. I'm gonna suck his dick.
So I feel
ghost hoes.
Yeah, I feel tornado hunting is pure.
I couldn't be more reverse from
Really?
you.
Let's hear your argument.
I literally, in my mind, ghost hunters, paranormal people are adjacent to model train enthusiasts, where they're harmless and just what? You spent all this money on what? And they're just super into ghosts, and they they're trying to talk to their dead parents or whatever, and they're weird, and
they do prey on people who are hurting from death. So you can argue that's good or bad.
Sure.
It's the same grift as religion.
So
we're like,
yeah.
you're really sad and vulnerable right now, right? Well, I have a solution for you.
So that's where I had them, and then I had the storm chasers, Bigfoot adjacent.
That's true.
Where they're just like, I agree with you that they're like, if a bimbo was like, hey, you trying to get your dick sucked, and he'd be like, oh my god, a category 3, I gotta get out of here. And he just pushes her titties out of his way and just like drives off into the fucking. I feel like storm chasers are like dudes who are also NASCAR adjacent for some reason.
That is, it's very southern, like
totally.
Kansas,
So
middle America.
storm chasing is wild, but there's people who don't. They're just like there's not enough tornadoes, so now I chase hurricanes also.
Not enough tornadoes. Do you know how many tornadoes touch down in America?
Yeah,
you
but
only hear about the ones that like kill people.
Yeah. That go when a tornado gets to a trailer park, it's really
Let's see.
It's really bad.
How many tornadoes touched down? How many tornadoes in 2020? You didn't hear about a single tornado. We probably did. Do you remember hearing about any tornadoes this year?
I mean, I've seen photos of tornadoes.
But did you hear about any?
No, I didn't hear about any. I knew that like last year a tornado killed a ton of people, right?
Yeah. Guess how many tornadoes happened in 2020?
19.
1,183.
Dude, why do we live here?
That means there's what, 3 to 4 tornadoes every day, or not even really, because tornado has a season.
Dude, that's so fucking. Dude, imagine when global warming fucks up the planet to the point that there's infinite tornadoes. There's literally a tornado all the time, at all times, touched down, just wreaking havoc on the countryside, Dungeons and Dragons style. Just like this whole swath of the United States that's just permanent tornadoes.
Like
that'd be fucking cool.
Like the hurricane on Jupiter.
Yeah. If you just like look out, when you like look at Mordor and it's just like permanent lightning or whatever, like kind of that situation.
I don't know.
That'd be tight.
It would be. It'd give those guys something to do.
It keeps them out of whatever they're up to.
Do you think tornado hunters are like secretly like, let's do global warming? I don't know.
They want it. They just want it.
Global warming, does that affect? Is it giving us more tornadoes?
What do they? Maybe. What do tornado hunters want from the tornadoes? Like what?
Dude.
I get when you hunt Bigfoot, you're like, I gotta get a photo, I gotta get a video, I want to see him, I want to fuck him, I want to touch him. Whatever Bigfoot hunters think, right? And then if you're like a guy who like Area 51, you're like, I need the truth. If you're like a ghost hunter, you're like, I want ghosts to talk to me, touch me, feel me, fuck. Everyone's really trying to fuck, you know?
Yeah. You know what I want to do as a tornado hunter? Get there, I see the tornado forming, and then I rush down before it touches down, and I whip my dick out and have the tornado touch the tip of my dick and suck me off.
Just the tip of your... Dude,
I would be the first thing it touches.
You want to get sucked off by Mother Nature?
Yeah, that virgin tornado. Before it touches, you can't. Once it hits ground, it's been soiled, literally.
Just imagining a tornado forming all the way directly to the tip of your penis.
You think that's why they're chasing them so hard? The ultimate Zuck.
The super suck. 50,000.
An F5.
Dude, I really don't know what they want. I have no idea. Do they have like instruments? Every time I see storm hunters, there's just like 9 dudes in fucking 2 SUVs chasing a storm and getting as close as they can to it, and they're like, yeah, isn't this crazy? And a cow like is tumbling past, and they're just like, whoa, like throwing up the horns. Like, I'm sure it's an adrenaline rush.
There's that. You get to drive around in a cool homemade tank, so that's fun.
Yeah,
right?
That is pretty cool. I do want a tornado tank.
I wonder, they've had those tornadoes go through. They've survived like through tornadoes.
Yeah,
right?
people have driven through them.
So
depending on how strong they are.
I don't know. I think it's just dudes rock. they're like, yeah, I'm a tornado guy, dude. Also, I know I said that they are pure. I'm going to take that back. I think there are tornado hunters. Yeah. Now that I see it, they absolutely at the bar are like, You know what I do?
Yeah, I fucking knew you would come around if you thought about it for any amount of time. They're creeps, for sure they are.
Yeah, so
I'm fucking out here wrangling storms. They call me the storm wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, and she's just like, "What are you talking about?" And he's just like, "I drove through an F3. You want to see the video on my phone?"
Yeah.
And then he shows her and he tries to fuck. And it probably works sometimes.
And
Do you think there's storm hose?
Yeah, absolutely. Storm hose.
You know what's fucking crazy is comedy really opened my eyes to the fact that anywhere people do something good, there is a subgroup of people whose other thing is just having sex with people that do the thing.
There's people that are like, I'm going to do this just barely good enough that I can say that I technically do it. And I live in my hometown. I hunt ghosts or chase tornadoes.
Yep.
Barely competently, not even that great, but I lie on my Facebook and have a picture of me in front of a tornado or a ghost or with an like standing up on stage.
Yep.
And you sleep with people on that, on that basis alone, and it works. It works both ways.
It does.
But it's more sinister when a guy's like, I'm a thing, and then the girl's like, ooh, and then he's like, not really, though.
I think I will say having a photo with a ghost or a tornado way fucking cooler than being a comic.
I don't know. Like
if you had
if you're maybe, I don't know.
Think about your dating profile. Think about a photo of you on stage having a good time. Now think about a photo of you in front of a fucking F5 tornado.
Dude, you know what? I think the tornado is the horniest.
Yeah, dude, it's just so fucking metal. That'd be cool shit.
There's also hurricane hunters don't really. Those are kind of boring, right?
They just like drive to it and then they watch it, I guess. I don't know.
They're like too big.
Would you do like report on it? I always wanted to be a reporter who like goes to the hurricane and then they're like, it's crazy out here, and it's all windy and the dude's filming them, and then like the next day they're in a rowboat and they're like, well, it fucking flooded, and it's like, yeah, bro, that was always gonna happen. But the news just like sends them there anyway. It's like, all right, I guess.
Do you ever watch like live camera footage of hurricanes?
Dude, yeah, I have.
Where you just get on webcams, and those people are cool. They're like, well, let's just set up my webcam and I'll leave. Hopefully my apartment is still here.
Dude,
that is when there's a hurricane, go look for live footage. That's always the funnest.
Was it you who sent me the footage of the dude who just stays in his house
Yes.
to die from a tornado and he lives?
It's one of the craziest videos ever. It's like an old 80-year-old dude, and he's like, his wife's like, Hank, come down. He's like, okay, just real quick. And he's like setting up the tripod and camera in the top, and it might be like an F6. Like, it is the biggest tornado I've ever seen in my life. Just ominously, it's the creepiest video, and he's setting it up, and he realizes he's so old. She's already down in the tornado cellar.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, I'm old, and I can't make it downstairs within like 5 minutes.
Dude, people use it. I fucking slow people, dude. He's one of these motherfuckers that's up there. No, I have time. Bitch, you've never had time. You don't have time.
Well,
it's a tornado.
Well, should we spoil the video?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
If you look up like the old man tornado footage.
You truly can't spoil it. It's so insane.
Well, spoiler alert, his wife dies in the tornado cellar where it was safe, and he lives up on the 3rd floor or whatever filming. And it's crazy because like it just gets closer and closer and louder till where it finally engulfs his house, and it's just noise and nothing. It's probably like the scariest sounding ever.
Dude, it really is scary. It's so funny because he sets the camera up and he's like, all right, time to, fuck. Because the tornado's like moving. It's like hustling, and it kind of changes course. It looks like it's coming across the frame.
It sees him
and then it
setting up the
stops,
camera.
And it's like,
you filming
this
me?
motherfucker is filming me. And it comes right towards him. And he kind of just is like, oh, shit. And he's resigned to his fate. And he just like stands there. Like, fuck it.
No,
I'm going to watch the tornado in the window.
You know what? If I could criticize him, he does breathe heavily into the camera, kind of ruining my tornado video experience.
What if he's beating off and that's what you're hearing? He's just like, you know what?
He's a
This is
tornado
hot.
hunter.
Yeah.
His
I'm a
wife
tornado
is
guy.
downstairs. What are you doing up there?
Nothing.
Finally getting the hottest footage he'll ever. He's setting up his camera. Just oh man. Think of how he's so grateful his wife died, so she never found the video of him beating off to the F5 tornado.
Heavily breathing. Dude, because if you nut into the F5, the cum just flies out into the world. And
Oh,
just,
man.
no cleanup, dude.
It had to go somewhere.
Incredible. Dude, it like rips his whole house apart and he's just fine.
Do you think the tornado knew? Like it was into him?
Yeah.
And that's why it spared him?
Dude, game recognizes game. The F5 tornado is like, you're a real one, Bob. And then his wife is hiding down in the cellar and it's like, not you, Meredith. Get fucked. And it just murdered her.
Man. People, I don't know. It seems like I respect tornadoes. They seem fun.
Are they only in the United States?
I want to say no, but I think let me
Do we have the best tornadoes? Are we just like, yo, not only do we have, we're the best at everything, dude, including dying to tornadoes.
I feel like because they have like water spouts everywhere around the world, right? And they have hurricanes, or they call them different. What are they? They're called like hurricanes are called different names depending on what hemisphere or what ocean they.
I have no idea.
Oh, what is it called? I think it's like a. I don't remember.
Dude, storms at sea scare the shit out of me. I think that's the scariest thing I can imagine.
Storms at sea when they have like
when you're
100-foot waves.
Yes, yeah. When you're in like when a fishing trolley, they're filming from a fishing trolley, and they're literally in like a huge storm, and they're just like jumping the fucking trolley. I mean, wooden ships used to just like come apart back in the day because they just weren't strong enough to fucking handle it. Just imagining that is fucking anxiety inducing on a whole nother level.
So here's the tornado map of the world.
Okay.
And basically tornadoes do only happen in America,
All right.
parts of Australia, parts of southern Africa, I guess a little part of Argentina. They happen in Europe, which doesn't...
I've never heard of a European tornado.
That's what I think. It's like we just have that much open space and like the perfect amount of... like the perfect storm literally to form tornadoes.
Dude, I've never seen like a video. I've never heard of one historically. The tornadoes in Europe are all just French and lame.
Yeah, they probably
I'm going to get you.
they probably touch down and are like, they go around the villages. They're all polite to each other.
yeah.
Where it's like, I'm not gonna ruin your tea time,
Your garden, your fucking baguettes or whatever European people are up to.
Dude, what no, tornadoes in America will fuck shit up. They don't care.
Dude, yeah, they do.
I wonder if that was like maybe that's why Native Americans never like settled down. It's just like, oh, there's a tornado. Let's pack up our tent and go.
Yeah, definitely.
And then once the white man showed up, he's like, I'm building a permanent residence. And they're like, all right.
Cool. Enjoy.
You sure you don't want to put wheels on that? You don't want to? All right. No, it's fine. Why? What's up? What's going to happen? No, it's cool.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Enjoy. Dude, imagine being a person who like moved here, had never heard of or seen anything like that, and then one day you're just like, what's the deal with like these clouds? And then a tornado forms and you're just like, oh, so it's the end of the world? Is that what this is?
Isn't that why they kill people? They just form in like 2 minutes and then just it's on?
Yeah, dude, they go fast, I'm pretty sure. That's so fucked.
Can you predict them? Okay, let's see. A large portion of these tornadoes form in an area of central United States popularly known as Tornado Alley. Yeah, we knew that. Canada experiences the second most tornadoes.
Way to go, Canada. Always second best.
Just by association. They're probably touched down in America and then whimper out in Canada. They're like, we're counting that one. We get that one.
Dude, I heard that there was a tornado warning in upstate New York recently. And then they were like, there's a genuine chance that tornadoes could be forming in New York City.
Yeah, but will they? I feel like I want to say tornadoes get so big in like Kansas and stuff because they have room to get big.
Yeah.
So I feel like a tornado would have to form out. And I am a doctorate in physio gastroanomalies.
Yeah.
Gastro anomaly. Yeah.
Otherwise short to tornado science.
Tornadoologist. So I think they would form. Have you ever seen like a water spout form on water and then like hit land and it just dissipates?
Yeah. So
I don't think they have anywhere to like really form, except for, remember when we were like kids in, I think it was like 1990. Was it 99 in Utah?
Yes, a real tornado formed downtown Salt Lake and like killed 2 people.
It broke a bunch of windows and it's just kind of like, what the fuck?
It only lasted for like a couple minutes, but it just like went through downtown Salt Lake and like threw a sign through a lady and like killed another guy, and then the tornado was like, all right, just wanted to see what it was like out here, and just left. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
The one time a tornado ever happened in Utah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Maybe a tornado could form in Central Park. And then
fuck. Dude, can you imagine how scary it would be if we were just here in Queens and you just look out on the East River and a whole tornado is just moving across the river towards Queens? You're just like, oh fuck. Yeah, like, this is the worst possible thing.
Don't hurricanes happen here though?
Yeah, but hurricanes aren't as like vicious as tornadoes. Tornadoes are like, you could just see the damage coming. A hurricane is just like a lot of wind. Also, I think tornadoes generate so much more power than hurricanes.
They got more torque because they're smaller.
Yeah, they like pull your building apart, whereas a hurricane just like pummels it with shit, like throws things at you.
Would you rather get
one sucks and the other blows?
Yeah, there you go. That's the science.
yeah. That is the science.
We're doing this is our educational podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome for all the learning you're getting, everybody. You know that they name the tornadoes that are the most dangerous after men, so people will take them seriously.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a sexist joke. That's a real thing they do.
I thought that was like hurricanes.
That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
They don't name the tornado. Can you imagine they name tornadoes? Bob is coming. Who's Bob? It's the tornado. They have to name it and then release the name immediately.
They give them masculine names.
Yeah, they do. So like if like Hurricane Jeff comes, you're fucked.
I don't know. If, like I could see like a Hurricane Caleb, and I'm just like, I'm staying here. I'm not moving.
What the fuck is Hurricane Kyle gonna do?
Yeah.
Tell on me? Fuck the hurricane.
No. What about like Hurricane? I'm trying to think of a name that would just fuck me up, bro. I'm like, I'm out of here,
dude. If someone was like Hurricane Sharnisha is coming, I'd be like, no, that hurricane.
That's a lady name though.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying me personally, because every time the only person who I'm truly scared of on the subway is angry black women.
Really?
Yes.
I've never been scared. I always look to them to say like protect me. They seem like I've never seen them angry. It's always the guy that looks just like me but homeless and with a knife in his hands that I'm like, he scares me.
Oh, really? They
like
never scare me.
Me who has lost everything because I don't know what I'll be capable of.
I mean, listen, I've never been personally afraid of them, but I've seen them fight.
No,
they're the only people on the subway I've seen fight, and I'm just like, that's the one you don't fuck with.
No, really? I've seen, again, it's people, we're on the subway at different hours.
True.
So I always see very mentally ill guys just my age who have all their possessions in their backpack and they both have knives and they're like, who's gonna stab first?
Oh no.
And that's what I'm like, I'm gonna go on a different train.
I'm always so I usually ride the train late at night because of comedy, so I see those dudes are tuckered out from drinking mouthwash by the time I get on the train, and I see them, they're literally like covered in their own piss, sleeping on the ground in the subway and shit.
So nice.
Just always like, yeah, it's kind of preferable to your thing. I have seen some shit. Anyway, I've seen multiple, not one. I literally have seen 3 different times I've seen black women fist fighting on the train.
but I don't think they would ever have a beef with you.
No.
So you're safe. It's the crazy people that they just might look at you and be like, now you're the guy I'm attacking.
Yeah, I guess crazy people see me and they immediately are like, also a crazy person, and then they like look for someone else. I have just enough weirdness that crazy people are like, nah, not him.
I wonder how many fights I've missed just falling asleep on the train.
Yeah,
I do that all the time, and my headphones are way too quiet.
It's so crazy that you do that. I can't imagine. How do you? I just don't understand how you wake up.
I just know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How do you wake up in the morning? You kind of know, your body knows you've been sleeping too long, and it gets scared, and you jolt awake. You're like, oh, what
That's not how my body works.
That's how mine works, where I'm like, what the fuck?
Really? I don't. If I'm really tired, I have to put my phone far away from me because I'll answer texts and stuff asleep.
Oh, I can do that, but it's I don't know. Also, we live at the end of the line, so if I do fall asleep I've done it like once or twice, where I'm just like, oh, now I got to walk 3 extra blocks.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Dude, you know what would be really scary?
Getting stabbed awake.
Oh, I was going to say a Latin lady hurricane.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking about why am I only scared of women?
I don't know. That seems
they
like
hit me. I've been hit by so
maybe.
many women, dude. They just think they can do whatever.
I'm trying. What about, I guess, like a Hurricane Gertrude would scare you.
Yeah.
Gertrude.
The only woman to ever abuse me was a Latin woman with an old lady name.
Oh.
I don't want to say her name because I don't want to blow up her spot, but
okay.
she had an old lady name.
If she was named after a hurricane.
She was named. But she did like fully just close fists, get crazy with it. Hurricane style.
Do you think any hurricanes are haunted?
What?
Or tornadoes?
Dude, a ghost tornado?
Yeah, I bet. Do you think tornadoes can suck up ghosts?
Yes.
Do tornadoes there? They kind of have a mysticism about them.
What happens to a haunted house if it gets tornadoed? Does it just like, are the ghosts just like, oh fuck, and then they're just gone? Or like, do they chill on the property?
I guess it depends on what because when you're a ghost, you're like left on Earth you have like some unfinished business, right? That's the working theory.
I think most people have abandoned that theory completely, and now they're just like, we don't even know what ghosts are up to, because most ghosts don't seem to have like a task. They're just kind of around, especially like the mean ones. They're just kind of like, nah, fuck it, I'm here to like ruin your day.
So I don't know, if their house gets destroyed, they probably walk down to the next house and haunt that one. Like, are they tied to the physical thing, or they're free to go? I think ghosts are lazy and they just don't want to go to a different house. They're like, there's people here. They get scared. I'm not gonna go. Like, you gotta go to another whole house, learn the layout, learn the new, like, all the tricks of a new house.
What if there's a ghost in the new house? Now you're double ghosts.
Now you gotta fight with that ghost to get the most scared. Like, you're comfy where you're at.
True.
So they're, but yeah, I don't know. Are tornadoes? This is a very paranormal.
Well, we can't stop thinking about it. Dude, truly. Mac, if a girl was texting you,
okay,
and she said she was fisting herself, would you be into it?
Like, about me? Was she fisting herself like a mad, like I'm fisting myself?
Yeah,
like me and her going back, or is it just like a cold open?
No.
Because like I just like open my phone, like I'm fisting me. I'm like, how'd you get this number?
No, personally, dude, if a random number messaged me that they were fisting themselves, I wouldn't say, how'd you get this? I don't know how I'd respond. I'd probably be like, so
okay, I'd be like, show me.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I need to know if this is real. I would be willing to risk that it was a man fisting his butt.
I mean, that's
both are interesting.
I'm
gonna
say 50% of people fisting themselves.
I would say more even.
You think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, she's fisting herself about you. She's like, oh, I'm thinking about you, and you're like, that's hot. I mean, I don't know how you sext. You probably are just like I don't know how you sext. Just imagine. I can't even imagine it.
Then
But you have though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just.
My sexting is above average, I would say.
Is it?
I'm just like, ooh, baby, I'm going to blow delicate kisses onto your pussy.
Oh my god! I'm just trying to imagine you sexting, and I can't. I don't know why it's so hard for me to imagine.
I'm gonna give butterfly kisses onto your asshole.
Yeah, dude. Just
You gotta keep it kind of funny.
yeah. There you go. And so she's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about you," and you're like, "What are you thinking about?" And then she's like, "I'm touching myself," and you're like, "That's hot." And then she's like,
I'm touching inside
"Yeah,
myself.
yeah."
You're
And
like,
then
oh,
she's
that's
like,
hot.
"I'm fisting myself."
Is this a problem you've had?
No, it's not a
Oh.
problem I've had.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not into fisting.
No.
Because
Is anyone though?
people
Some
are.
People
What are you talking about it?
No, you're right.
They make fist dildos for
yeah,
people.
you're right. Who am I?
I think that's if someone was into fisting. Again, it's a case by case basis. Like, but I feel like it's not good for your whole elasticity.
I forgot that you believe in whole elasticity.
One, it's absolutely real.
It's not real.
For your asshole is what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Your asshole has a limited number of fists.
We've
Also, but you can train the vagina to the with Kegels to clamp down on a fist.
just not let go.
I'm not worried about a vagina because you can shit out a whole baby and it'll go back to normal.
Yeah, I love how you said that so romantically.
I know, this is how I sexed. Oh baby, let me put a baby in you and then you can shit that baby out. These are some of the hot sex you can get by texting my number.
I sext by just like telling them wrestling moves.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that one.
DDT you through a table. I'm like not even kidding. I've really told a girl that. Oh man.
But I do feel like I would kind of be threatened by. So if a girl had it's like if a girl had a 3-foot dildo, and when you go over to her room for the first time, and she's like, "Don't worry about that. Don't like." You're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Like,
What do you mean? Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
like it's
that?
right there. What do you mean? Like I'm not like small, but I'm not 3 feet. Like,
yeah, there is something about. It's the same thing with the clit sucker dildo girls all have now. That's like a fucking.
See, I'm not threatened by that.
Dude, it's so
You've
much
seen
science.
You've seen me eat. I'm like John Henry of eating pussy.
You
No machine can compete with me. My heart will give out before the batteries on the machine.
I would love to see you and the machine go head to head.
I'm down for it.
Who could drive more spikes?
Who can make more women come?
We need volunteers.
Have you ever seen those videos where it's always in South America and it's always very sad, where it's like the woman, there's some woman who's like going for the record of the most guys fucked in like a 20, maybe it was like a couple hour period.
Oh no, those
Yeah.
always bum me out.
And then I think she got to the end of like the 1 or 2 4-hour period and they're like, and you didn't break the record. You fucked 400 guys for nothing. It's one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
Oh no.
It's just like, what if there was one guy in the middle taking like half an hour? He's like, no, I can't. Like, I need to.
Oh my god. Yeah, they have to come so fast. How do you do that? Dude, I was reading. Jesus Christ. And you didn't do it.
It was so sad.
Come on. Just fucking brutal. Were they going? Here's the thing.
What do you think the record is for men?
Dude.
3? I can't go on.
Is the condom on or off for this?
I want to say she used condoms for every guy, but some of them probably broke.
Oh, no. God. It's
I mean,
so wild.
How many times has that record been attempted? You know it's been failed more than it's been gotten, so
definitely.
every failure is very sad.
Oh, bro. That's so rough. It's so crazy. You think she was I mean, she had to have been into it if she wants to go for it, right?
I think she was into it at the beginning. You know how sometimes you're like, I'm not. Sometimes you call it quit before the end, and that's all right.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it happens.
You both had a big dinner. You're just like, hey, like it was a good attempt. I had too many beers. Let's try again in the morning.
Damn, dude, that's so crazy.
But I want to go back to I am the John Henry of eating pussy.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you let him know.
Reinforce that.
Yeah, Mac is the John Henry of eating pussy.
As much as you make
eventually he'll die doing it.
Yes. As much as you make fun of how I eat food, you've seen it. It's
It's
horrifying.
fucking horrendous.
It's inhuman. Now imagine.
Why are you eating pussy as fast as possible?
I'm not eating as fast. It's just I'm unstoppable is what it is.
Unstoppable? Mac eats... I'm imagining that you eat pussy like a dog that's getting wet food for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Just really going crazy.
Mixed with a little like Cookie Monster.
Just little bites here and there. Oh, man. This
I just want poems written about me in the future.
Yeah.
What are the tall tales?
I had a girl write a poem about me once.
Yeah, but will it become part of Americana?
No.
Like, that's how old MacArthur ate 300 women's pussies that day, and then his heart exploded, and the machine gave out at 265. And they'll build like an iron statue of me in the middle of town square.
Yeah.
Just me with some woman in my face.
Triumphantly with your leg on top of one of those clit sucker dildos,
Yeah.
and it's like destroyed.
Its batteries will run out. The
Yeah,
scientists are trying to put more batteries into it.
It's
but
got
they
little
can't.
X's where eyes should be.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, you fucking do it. There was this dude, Johnny Sins. You know him? He's the bald
I know
porn
of
star.
him.
Yeah, so he did this interview where he was talking about how when he first started in porn, one of the guy porn jobs that you get for the first time is being a dude who does blow bangs or gang bangs. And he was like, a lot of dudes get really hyped up and they want to like be on camera a lot and impress the staff. So they're just like,
Wait, is this like 40 guys and like one girl? Or?
We're talking about like 10. We're talking about like 10 to 15 guys.
There is a girl though. It's not.
Yeah, there's a girl.
Okay.
No, there is a girl, Mac.
Not just a bunch of guys jerking off in a room.
No,
because
but you do start out just a bunch of you jerking off, waiting, because
Yeah.
you can't all get in there. You got to jerk off and wait your turn. But there's no like, it's not organized. There's not like a page who's like, okay, you're number 3, you're number 4. We're gonna rotate through. Like it's very free form. Like whatever works.
Look, it's very hard for a man and a woman to come at the same time.
Yeah.
Unless it's true love, which is what I believe.
Yes.
If you and the person you're humping come at the same time, that's it. That's your soulmate.
It's a good sign.
But imagine 2 guys and a girl, and then exponentially, it's just like trying to line up all those boners to get hard at the same time and come at the same time. It's impossible. So
yeah. So the fucking he was like, okay, so here's what you do. You don't get all hyped up, get yourself hard, and then try to fuck her as much as you can. What you do is you get hard, you go, you get your dick sucked for a second or whatever, and then you just peace out and go back to the room, do a little reading, chill, get yourself hard again, come back out, get your dick sucked for a second, go back. He's like, don't be all crazy. Don't be trying to hog screen time. You got to play it safe. And he's just like, just get your dick sucked, get hard again, get your dick sucked, do a little reading.
So you know what I would do?
Jump on your phone.
I would I'd be fully clothed at the craft services table.
Yeah.
Loading up, like everyone's getting their dick sucked over there, and I'm like, no, I'm going to in a minute, but I don't want this. Like, I'm just gonna fill up first.
You can't even be fully clothed. I'm just imagining you wearing sneakers, and socks only, fully nude at the craft services, just eating, and they're like, "Yo, you gonna get your dick sucked or what?" And you're like,
"Well, yeah." At the beginning, I'm like, "No, I'm waiting," and then at the end, I'm like, "No, I already did. Didn't you see me?" Like,
you just do one of those.
Yeah,
I used to do that in like gym class to get out of shit. No, I did it. You didn't see? I was in the mix.
Yeah, no, but it's like I'm already there. This is my seconds right here.
Damn, dude.
You still get paid, right? Do you think they go through the footage?
No, there's no way. They pay you like a day rate at the end.
But I mean, are they gonna go through the footage and be like, he didn't come, don't pay him?
Yeah, they would never. Just get your dick sucked. So funny.
Yeah, unless you're the first guy, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's yeah. No, that's one thing that I can't hang with. It's like gangbang stuff. It just fucking, I don't know why. It just doesn't. It like triggers something primal in me where I'm like, nah, she's not okay. Like, I don't like it.
Well, my thing is, imagine the guy who's willing to go after another guy and what his standards of living and like showering and day-to-day activities
some dudes
are.
are just into it.
Some dudes are, but I'm saying a lot of dudes who are probably into second or thirds or fourths are probably not. They don't have their life together.
You don't have your life together.
I know, and I'm not showing up to those things because I know what the caliber of man. Again, it's like the homeless guy on the train. I know a man, when I see his eyes, he has nothing to lose. He's at that porn shoot. He could be up to anything.
True.
You don't want to follow him.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's too much. It's a little gnarly. Damn. Yeah, dude. Anyway, that was his advice, was just be chill, read, get your dick sucked, and then just finish big at the end.
But you do want to finish to keep your career going.
Yeah. He's like, make sure to finish, but just don't like try to be a hog. Like, be real chill about it. He was like, instead of trying to fuck and stay in frame and like be in the mix and then come, he was like, get your dick sucked, leave, get your dick sucked, leave, and then finish at the end, but just like play the long game. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Do you want to be the last guy so you're fresh in their minds?
I don't think you want to be the last guy based on multiple reasons, but he didn't really specify. Dude, it just sounded like the bottom rung of male porn is like, dude. And also, I mean, listen, I'm way into amateur porn, so a lot of the porn I've watched is like, the dude is like, it's like a glory hole, and he's like, hey, just so you know, we are looking for more male talent. Check Craigslist in Arizona. It's like, oh my God. They're doing Craigslist? These motherfuckers are getting their dick sucked off Craigslist?
Oh, man.
Did you ever meet a girl off Craigslist when it was a thing?
Never.
Dude, you're lying.
I never did. I did browse. There was a time where before like Tinder and smartphones existed and that beautiful little middle ground, that's when the internet was fun.
Dude, well, Craigslist filled a void that even Tinder can't fill, because Tinder, people are still playing the like, do I want to hook up? Are we dating? Yeah. Craigslist was like, if you're a girl and you post on Craigslist, you are
down.
You are down. You are, not only are you down, but you're fucking on Craigslist, bitch. Like, whoa, it is on like Donkey Kong.
No,
dude.
I remember back in the day, I've messaged a few people on Craigslist, and I was just like, they messaged me back, and they're like, here's what my tits look like, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to meet you.
Dude, so that's exactly what I did. I'll be real. Listen, any guy who's 30 or above is lying if they said they never looked.
But here's why I don't feel bad. Because I know the other person that they emailed
definitely
100% was into them.
That was my thing too. Yeah. I also emailed quite a few people. I was always waiting to like, what's gonna happen? And every time it was like, nah, dude. So I have a friend who did follow through to fuck someone on Craigslist once.
Well, sometimes you get that weird gem where it's just like, what? Are you real? And they're like, I'm real. And you're like, oh, okay. You don't. No more questions. I don't want to know.
Yeah. So, my friend goes to. Oh, I have two. Anyway, so he's like, you know this guy, by the way.
Okay. Are you gonna accidentally say his name for like the fifth time on the podcast? Or is it someone?
No, this is this one I'll keep secret. So he's like, I'm gonna fuck this girl on Craigslist, and I was like, you're gonna get raped. For sure, you're just gonna show up and it's gonna be like three guys, and they're gonna be like, "We caught you lacking, like get in here, like for sure." It was so sketchy to me. I was just like, "Dude, don't." And he's like, "No, it'll be fine." So he goes and he shows me the girl, and she's pretty fucking cute. I was like, "Damn." So he shows up to fuck her, right, at her place. Mm-hmm. By the way, if you're a girl and you're fucking people off Craigslist, don't have them come to your house. What? That's so dangerous.
No way. That's castle doctrine. You're safe.
I guess.
If you, the worst is some weird like incel creep who falls in love with you and keeps coming back.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why you just
what
shoot
if
him.
he murders you?
What do you mean murders you? At your house? You have a gun.
Yeah, I guess you're just assuming everyone has guns.
I feel like women should assume everyone is out to kill them. It's like driving a motorcycle. You gotta just drive cautiously, pretend like everyone's out to kill you.
True.
Drive defensively, I should say.
Yeah.
Every woman should own a gun.
I agree.
And no women and no men. Man, you don't need a gun.
Ladies, every single one of you should shoot a man at one point in your life. Just do it.
Just to experience it.
Yeah, I agree.
feel like that would be fair.
I think every guy's just like, yeah, I got shot by a woman once.
Caught you lacking. Like, what are you gonna?
Yeah. Fucking don't fuck around. You're gonna get caught. Yeah. So anyway, he shows up to her place after she looks really hot, and I was like, all right, or hot for Craigslist anyway. And I'm like, damn, all right, good for you, man. Get crazy. And then so I don't hear from him for 2 days. Then I hear
2 days?
Yes.
You didn't check up on the morning after, or
You
did you like?
know, I forgot. And then I messaged him. I'm like, hey, whatever happened with that?
That is truly wild. How? Because like a women will be like, I'm going on like a legit Tinder date. Like,
Yeah.
I should be done by this time. I'll text you later. I'll call you from the bathroom. They like set up like different meeting points. If I send you this message or you don't hear back, like call the men are. You're like, he said he went on a date and I never heard from him ever again. So he must have gotten married. Like,
yeah.
like I think he's happy. Who knows? You won't hear from your friend for years.
True. You're just like, nah, he's busy. He's a busy guy.
And if he died, well, at least he died chasing what he thought he might get.
So I hear from him. And he's like, yeah. I was like, yo, how'd it go? And he goes, I don't know, man. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, like, you fuck her? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, why are you saying it like that?
Wasn't she?
And so what happened was he showed up, and not only was he catfished, but she literally was just not the woman in the photo. She was our age. Like, she was a young woman. And he was like, she was just like a totally different person that like vaguely looked like the person in the photo.
Like they both had black hair.
Yeah. And she was just like, and he was like, she was kind of like she was like bigger than the girls I normally sleep with.
Okay.
And then he was like, anyway, I fucked her, and while I was fucking her, I realized she had a trout tramp stamp. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, she had like a photorealistic tattoo of a trout on her back. And I was like,
okay,
what the fuck? And he's like, anyway, I fucked her, and then she wanted me to like stay, and I was like, no, I gotta go, and I left, and
wait, what's wrong with the trout tramp
dude,
stamp?
What do you mean? What's wrong with the trout?
That's cool.
No,
that's badass.
Anyway, now he's like scarred for the rest of his life.
Out of all the tramp stamps, a trout is cool.
No.
What, you gonna get like a butterfly or like some lyrics from some emo song or something? A trout?
A photorealistic trout.
That is cool. If it's photorealistic, even better.
Just like sitting there dead-eyed looking at you while you're fucking her, just a dead fish on her back like a plate.
Did you say it was dead?
Well, I mean, it's just a fish.
I imagine it probably looked like it was still alive. Like it was
really
there's probably a fishing line hook in its mouth, probably an action shot.
I don't know.
I would have come on the trout.
But
that shows she has hobbies. That's cool.
I think it was for her dad or something.
Even better.
But anyway, he was like, yeah, I'm all fucked up. I like can't fish. Fuck me up now. I can't like look at fish. It triggers me.
What?
And I was just like, damn, dude, you got owned so hard.
What a weenie.
Dude.
Just a fish?
Yeah, man. He was just like, it was such a traumatic experience. Her pussy smelled. She was the wrong woman. She was weird.
Maybe that's why the fish got to him.
He was like sad.
It was too visceral.
Oh, yeah, I guess fish. Yeah, I forget that.
It was too real.
He was just like, she was just like, anyway, she was the kind of woman who would be
on Craigslist
and catfishing.
Okay.
Crazy.
Was it a catfish tramp stamp?
No, it was a trout.
How apropos. I don't know if that's the correct usage of whatever language that is. Is that French?
Yeah, no.
Apropos?
Oh, yeah, no, apropos is French.
Is that the right? I don't know what it means.
It is. It means like coincidental.
There you go.
I think. Dude, we're so dumb. This episode is just us being like, how did tornadoes suck? Like fucking what did you
No, I explained how they work. It's when a cold front hits a hot front and then the airs go in different up and down directions and then spin around each other. That's how a tornado works.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I know it sounds right. I feel like I knew that information, but it doesn't seem that simple.
So hot air comes in and the low air is down low, and then they kind of hit, right?
Yeah.
And so where they hit in the middle, they kind of spin around each other. Does that make sense in your mind's eye?
Yes.
And then that spinning part that is horizontal kind of turns vertical, and that's where I think it touches down. I think. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what causes tornadoes.
And they're just it's just two types of air that's mad at each other.
Yep, they don't mix.
Damn,
Or
that's
I guess
wild.
They do. I don't know. But anyways,
Fucking.
let's hear the second Craigslist story.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's the horse lady I saw.
Oh,
We've
your
talked
joke?
about that before. And then what was the fucking other one? Oh no, I already forgot. God damn it! I'll have to think of it later. I literally don't remember. I had it in my mind and then I lost it.
There's always I would always see prostitutes on Craigslist, and I'd be like, ooh, let's see what's up with that, and then I'd be like, I got $100, but then it's just like maybe I should beat off about it.
Beat off about it?
I don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to, and then you get clear-headed.
Yeah. Being with a prostitute would off Craigslist. I mean, in general, I feel like you couldn't do it because you can't kiss them.
No, yeah, that's my big thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking, do you know how most religions don't like you beating off?
Yes.
That's because, do you think it's because of the refractory period right after? You're like, wait a minute, God's not real.
Like you come and I was only horny for Jesus the whole time.
Yeah. Just wait a minute. They don't need my money.
Do girls have refractory periods?
I feel like if they did, they would have taken over the world by now.
True. Or killed us.
There you go.
Or in general. Yeah, there's no way girls have a refractory period. Not the way we do. Because if that was the case, so many girls I've had sex with would have just been like, oh, I got to go immediately. Like, they would not be stoked. Then again, maybe I'm just not making girls come.
Let's see. Although it's generally reported that women do not experience a refractory period, then they can have that are multi-orgasmic. Some sources state that both men and women experience a refractory period because women may also experience a moment after an orgasm in which further sexual stimulation does not produce excitement. That's not what I wanted to know, though. It's like whether or not they understand the underlying theories of the universe.
Yeah, dude.
The second that they come. And it sucks because it's only for like 5 seconds, and then you start feeling the cum drain back, and you're like, no,
Literally.
my 200 IQ.
As soon as you come, it's like you took the pill from Limitless.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, whoa, I could do anything. And you don't have time. That's why I'm going to write a book, but I'm going to have the laptop right next to me, and I'm going to come and then write as fast as I can for as long as I can. And then when I fill back up on cum, I'm like, I'll work on this next time. And then that's going to be the whole book. I'm only going to write in the refractory period.
Isn't that what Tesla was doing? Didn't he chop off his balls? So...
Tesla's only beating off and then writing in the refractory period, and he's like inventing fucking earthquake machines.
Yeah. That's why he was, quote, in love with that pigeon.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only thing nearby that you could jack off onto.
True.
I don't know. It's a good, we should get some really smarty guys on here to ask. I think Albert Einstein was just beating off all the
Albert
time.
Einstein was a pussy hound.
But then he's just like, he comes and he's like, oh,
yeah.
E equals MC square.
Dude, every time. Dude, I'm so excited. I wonder if I would write a good joke in the refractory period. No, because it's not very funny. As soon as you come, it's like the crushing weight of how dumb you've been. You're like ultimately self-aware.
I've talked to. I don't think it's the refractory period that makes you funny, but I have talked to other comedians. Me and Jackson Banks have talked about this.
Okay.
And we have a theory about the more you jack off, the funnier you are.
Whoa.
Because the only sign. Well, one, men are funnier than women because we jack off we jack off, and I don't know. That's there it is.
Just more in general?
Just more. Probably not. As I said that, I'm like, maybe women jack off more.
Sometimes.
Why aren't they as funny as us?
I think the funny women are the ones jacking off.
You think? There it is.
I think there's lots of funny women.
No, there's tons of funny women, but majority.
Oh, you're talking about the average schlub.
I'm talking about humanity in general.
Okay.
That's why I will die alone.
Oh.
Because I'm looking for someone who's as funny and fucked up as me.
I think that you want a sense of humor that's very inherently masculine.
Ooh, that is true. To complement my female humor.
Here's the thing. Women make each other laugh all the time.
No one makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's
why.
the issue. I think that's why like the women aren't funny myth is perpetuated because men have a style of humor that's so inaccessible. Our senses of humors are inaccessible to each other.
Who was that? Who was the guy who said women aren't funny? Was it Christopher Hitchens?
Yes.
And he wrote like some big article about it.
Yeah, that was a whole thing where he said, and his point was not that women can't be funny, but that men are biologically predisposed to being funny because it helps them fuck.
Well,
yeah, it's not wrong. Literally, you go on Tinder, every girl's like, I want a guy to make me laugh.
And
you go on Tinder, and every guy's just like, please just be nice to me. I just need someone to like me. Like, it's so fucking brutal.
Think about it. If I wasn't funny, how would I pull all of the 6s and 7s I do?
Damn.
We've seen, like you started at the beginning, there's so many guys who get into comedy just women. And it works. Or I feel, women enter comedy with pure intentions.
It's true.
So,
see, listen, that's why if more female comics were like, man, I got to get funnier, I'm never going to get fucked.
Yeah.
They would.
They don't have the testosterone fueling their rage
That's my
write jokes.
My new advice for when girls start comedy and ask me for advice. I'm always giving them real advice that's all lame.
Yeah.
You should write and just go up and just do it. Just be brave. I'll be like, listen, you got to do comedy like it's the only way you're ever going to get your clit touched. Like your whole all sexual relationships in the future depend on this.
All right, but I want to say some of the funniest women do write jokes like that's the only way.
Yeah, dude. If you're going to do something, do it like it's the only way you're ever going to fuck.
So anyways, back to my theory with Jackson is the more you masturbate, the funnier you are. And our key point was Louis C.K. was very funny and masturbating everywhere.
Yeah, too much.
So he took it
flew
too
too close to the sun and he beat off in front of it.
Yeah.
And the sun was like, "Hey, don't do that."
There you go. So I feel like there's a weird correlation.
All right.
With chronic masturbators and how funny they are.
I do beat off so much. I literally try to stop watching porn. I've tried to stop watching porn and failed like several times this year. And it's kind of becoming a problem where I'm like, do I just not have the willpower to do this? And I just think I don't want it bad enough.
But is it a problem if it fuels your comedy? That's
don't
the
know.
thing. I can only go off of my gut and talking to other comics. I'm like, hey, you beat off a lot. You're really funny. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, what, like 3 times a day?
I know about this theory.
Yeah, I really do. It's a huge problem.
Name a comic that is doing. Oh, I think Theo Von does no fap.
No, he faps.
Just no porn?
I don't think he watches porn, but he faps.
Okay, so there it is.
Yeah, dude.
It's just the beating off, not the porn. The porn steals your energy. The beating off gives you some cursed energy. Because it's not giving you good stuff.
Oh my god. Okay. Dude, speaking of getting the good stuff and cursed energy, you can buy our t-shirts at bonfire.com/cowboyboys.
Or just go to cowboyboys.rodeo and we'll have a link up there for all of our merch.
Hell yeah.
We have merch now.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The shirt.
Oh, yeah. We have merch, everyone. You can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/cowboyboys, to get an extra episode every episode. And that fucking helps us so much. And everyone who supports us, big love. We love you so much.
That's
kisses for you.
That's where we talk about the real stuff.
Yeah, that's where we go and we secretly say women are actually funnier than men.
That's where you get the. And then remember at the beginning, you were like, I want to know what Mag actually thinks. That's where
it is, everybody.
That's where I cry on the podcast. Talk about my feelings. It's not funny. It's it's just a sad discussion. There's no jokes on the Patreon.
Yeah, everyone. Thanks so much for your support. We fucking love you. The shirts, the Patreon truly means the world to us.
You know what? We're gonna set up a Bitcoin address.
Oh, is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna set up a Bitcoin address. If you want to just send us Bitcoins. Bitcoin's big again.
Yeah.
Send
us a whole Bitcoin, someone.
It's worth $17,000 right now, and no one's losing their mind about it. Like the first time it hit 17,000.
Yeah, because everyone's afraid.
Everyone's afraid because it hits 17,000 and then drops 3 days before the end of the year. So then the IRS is like, "Hey, remember when it was 17,000? We're taxing you on that."
Ugh.
And it did fuck a lot of people over. So
that's brutal. All right, everyone. Well, fucking be careful with your Bitcoin investments. We fucking love you. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.